In the name of the Emperor, finish this! High ground, we'll gain the advantage! Continue the assault. Reinforcements are coming. The monolith! We destroy that and this is over! Charge!
Hello, folks. Woo! Hello, folks, and welcome to Dawn of War, Dark Crusade. I just got a new intro there, the new little opening. It's a nice way to, I guess, rinse the taste of Winter War out of your mouth. Certainly did out of mine. You only missed, like, with the, when you saw the one that was in Winter War and the base game, you only missed, like, slight opening second or two. I just started the time recorder a moment too late. Hopefully you're actually indeed seeing this. Yes! Yes you are, at least you're seeing this menu. And my core GPU currently isn't overheating. Contacted the IT guy, but he still hasn't gotten back to me. Heresy grows from idleness. Tau! I guess I was right when I was remembering it. Sound. Apparently, early on in 40k, the Tau were actually overall the good guys of it. Or at the very least, they were the least shit. But, Games Workshop kind of realized this, and so started bringing in, well, the three Tau casts are heavily mind controlled by the fourth cast. There's the there's 5 casts. There's the is it Imperials? No, it's the Ethereals as the ruling cast. Then there's Earth, Fire, Earth, and Wind or something, like some elemental thing going on. There's a guy called Ang fucking around for some reason. It's very strange. But the Ethereals are like mind controlling everyone else, and like there's a short story that was quoted by there's some guy who does lore videos. He turns up as a weird tech priest in the text-speech device videos. He read a little had someone read a short story for one of his videos, where they it was a Tau who had failed in Ethereal, and the Ethereal made them commit suicide in front of them, and the Tau was like not wanting to deal with and wanted to resist, but the Ethereal's control was too great. They had no choice but to deal with it. No matter how much internally they did not want to. It's why I root for Captain Farside, or Commander Farside. To be honest, of all the characters I've seen, he seems like the least dickish. For those who don't know who he is, he's a legendary Tau general. He's like basically a student of the Tau Sun Tzu. Apparently, gave him quotes from the Art of War, but not Farsight, but his mentor. And that mentor had like 3 main students. Like 3 students that rose to great fame in their own right. 2, 3. And they all focused on different aspects of the guy's teachings. To keep them around longer, they were put in stasis, and they would like alternate and be called when they needed to. Later on, memory chips were brought in, but it overloaded the minds, and they were just like mindless zombies. Though they weren't obvious. I think that was the case. Memories fuzzing. It's sounding a little Necron-y, but I think it was just overlap. But anyway, it didn't affect Farsight or his fellows. It was, I think it was they copied their mentor and put it into other people, and it affected the other people. But anyway, Farsight was sent off on a mission with an Ethereal, and eventually, something happened. The Ethereal died, and he revolted. I don't know the exact context to why he revolted, but yeah, that happened. He also found a sword that's really good against chaos. It's also apparently functionally makes him immortal, and because it drains like the life from whatever it kills. And yeah, he's like one of the few Tau that goes. It's like is a melee combatant. He apparently also only respects one Ethereal. It's like this old guy that's like solo defended a settlement from an orc assault. He stood in a doorframe and just kept beating the orcs down with his like staff. Which, to be fair, is pretty impressive. Again, anything I say could be wrong. It's been ages since I've seen 40k War videos. I haven't read that much 40k War. I've read stuff online, and some of the people were kind of flavorful, and I'm not sure how authoritative they were. You know. No, I'm fine, thank you. Fuck off. No. Normal.
The planet Cronus. Beset on all sides by the tides of war, this once quiet colony became a savage battlefield. 7 armies clashed on this one world, each refusing to back down. Each convinced it was in the right. From beneath the sands of Cronus' central desert came the Necrons, ancient machines bent on eradicating all life. But another evil already had its eyes on the planet. From the depths of the warp, the demonic forces of chaos arrived to enforce their claim. To oppose these fearsome powers, the planet's rulers in the Tau Empire sent their elite soldiers and sophisticated battlesuits into the fray. From the mighty Imperium of Man came the Imperial Guard, there to secure Cronus for the glory of the God Emperor. Like a green tide, the Orc Horde descended on Cronus, caring little for others' claims and sowing destruction in its wake. The Eldar, ancient enemies of the Necrons, emerged from their webway to pursue their own agenda on Cronus. And last came the Space Marines, finest and most uncompromising of the Imperium's soldiers. Seeing a world beset by aliens and heretics, they undertook a great purge. A dark crusade had begun. It could only end with the total victory of one of these factions, and the total defeat of all others.
Cronus bonus. Here. I am actually recording, and yes, this is full screened. It's like they've fixed this up to allow full screening. 1080p. Of course, you're getting this in 720, because my editor, it's not allowing 720p, 1080p, though it's also not allowing any editing at the moment. But that's more my hardware than the editor. Actually, I think it was both, all the hardware. Whatever. I'm hoping to get my rig upgraded soon, but I have to wait for the guy to get back to me, then the bits to get shipped out. I was hoping to bring the thing down today to show it to him, and then be able to put in the order and whatnot. But he never contacted me. He got back to Mum quick enough, but he didn't get back to me, nearly as quickly. Like he got back to Mum within like an hour. Me, nah, a day passed. He might have mitigating circumstances, but it's just like, just want to get it working. It's practically a fire hazard right now. Also, I'm just hoping these audio settings I'm using from the other one work. Might actually lower it slightly. So, you are Alphas, the Inheritor. Alphias? Alphias. Alphias the Inheritor, Black Apostle of the Wordbearer Legion. You serve the eldritch powers of the Warp, and have come to remake Cronus in the twisted image of your masters. Drive your Chaos Space Marines and demonic servants towards the enemy, to make them see the futility of their ways. Chaos cannot be denied. Oh yeah, Taldir. Yay, you're back. You are first year Taldir of Altway. You've foreseen the return of the genocidal Necrons. Now they've awoken on Cronus and must be stopped. Your warriors are among the last generations of the greatest, most terrible race to grace the galaxy. Use their gifts of stealth and speed, and your enemies will fall before you. Hero Guard. You are Lucas Alexander, newly declared planetary governor militant and commander of the 1st Cronus Regiment, the Liberators. And actually, I do recognize his name. It was from this game that they spin off that fanfic, the Love Blooms on a battlefield, or whatever it was. If you just Google 40k Love Blooms, you'll probably find it. For those who don't know or remember or whatnot, it's a fanfic centered between Taldir and a Imperial assassin. Vindicare, I think they're called. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it's between her and a Vindicare assassin. What I read of it was unfinished. Maybe, like, I was reading it on another site. Maybe there's the original that's finished somewhere. I don't know. But it was an interesting enough read, though I feel the writing on the last chapter that was available was a little janky. It felt they needed to have gone over it and rephrased some bits and whatnot. All before that was fine. It just, from what little I remember of it, it's like I was in the middle of Legion when I was doing it. When I was reading it, I referenced it back then. It's... I can't remember where I was going with this. Yeah, anyway, the early bits were fine, but something... Oh yeah, it's been so long I can't quite remember it. But what I do remember, the early bits were fine, the later on bit was just a little off in the phrasing. Felt they needed to go over it. I got kind of lost at some stages. Just the phrasing... I just didn't follow. Recruited from across the Imperial Man, your masked guardsmen and mighty armored columns are ready to strike. Cronus has languished under alien dominion for too long. You will reclaim it for the immortal God Emperor, Manperor of mankind. You are the Necron Lord of the Tomb World, the living called Cronus. Eons ago, you caught a swat of glorious extermination through the galaxy. Now the living infect this world anew, and you will wipe it clean. Raise your monoliths, and march your deathless soldiers forward. The graves of your victims wait to be filled. You are Warlord Gorgut's Headhunter, and this planet is another prize for your wog. Yumis and Necrons and Chaos Boys are fighting over this world, but no one is tougher or meaner than an orc, and no orc is tougher or meaner than you. Call up your hundreds of boys and crush all the others under your boots. So, there's Gorguts back again. But Taldir is also here, so you can guess that he never got to kill her, at the very least. You are Brother Captain Davin Tool. Sorry, I think I've seen that name before. Commanding the 3 Blood Ravens commonly sent to Cronus. Dark secrets and holy relics lurk on this alien-infested planet, and you must protect them. Cronus seeds with enemies, and the Space Marines will purge it clean. None can match your brothers in battle or their indomitable will. You are Shas'O Cass. The Tau also have a thing of a title within their name. Shas'O is their title, for example. Military commander of the Hell Forces on Cronus. While others fight for greed, pride, or conquest, you fight for the greater good. TM. That's the Tau philosophy. They justify everything by the greater good. From high-tech battlesuits to fearsome auxiliaries, you're forced to stand ready to reclaim Cronus for the Tau Empire. Ethereal She-Ors has declared that you'll push the invaders back. You will not fail. I'm kind of inclined to start with the Tau.
The rise of the Necrons and the arrival of other powers on Cronus was a threat the Tau Empire could not ignore. With their doctrine built firmly around the so-called greater good, the Tau could not tolerate seeing a thriving colony taken away from them. The Ethereals, leaders of the Empire, responded to the distress signals from Cronus by sending some of their best and brightest to retake the world. Aunel Shiorez was among the most lauded of a new generation of the ethereal caste. He would be responsible for restoring proper order to this wayward world. With him came the military leader, Shas'O, a student of the teachings of Commander Puretide. Okais brought a massive force of fire-caste warriors, as well as auxiliaries from the Tau's allied races, the Kroot and the Vespid. Tau ground forces landed in the city of Tashin, or Asharis, to use its true imperial name. And from there, began the Crusade to retake the planet as a whole.
I've already forgotten how to say their names. Okay, this is certainly different.
Welcome to the single-player campaign for Dawn of War, Dark Crusade. These tutorial windows will guide you through the first 2 turns of play and introduce key features of this all-new campaign mode. Your goal is to conquer the planet Cronus. This world's inhabited continent is divided into 25 different provinces. Your conquest of the planet will happen 1 province at a time. The campaign map is your major interface for directing your troops' strategic moves. Individual battles are fought on the smaller-scaled battle map. This province is your stronghold, or home province. It is from here that you are launching your conquest of Cronus. If your stronghold is ever conquered, you will be pushed from Cronus and lose the campaign. Since this is the first turn, this is the only province you currently control. The enemy factions each have their own strongholds identified by banners on the campaign map. To win the campaign and make Cronus yours, you must conquer all 6 of these heavily defended provinces. The figure of your commander indicates the current position of your main army. You can only attack a province that borders the province where your army is, so its position on the map defines your options. The enemy factions each have armies of their own, and also can only attack adjacent provinces. One of your enemies, however, controls a spaceport in the Pavonis province. He can attack all over the map.
I will want to kick them in the face soon enough. Wait, I am unmuted, right? Good.
This screen provides you with a snapshot of your progress in conquering the planet Cronus. It includes a running tally of your conquests, your commander statistics, your honor guard, and more. If you haven't yet trained an honor guard unit, or you've lost one in battle, you can train it on this screen by simply clicking on its icon. You can also access the war gear screen from here.
Okay, when we get the different things, when we take various particular areas, we get special abilities. Bulwark requires control of the aerial highlands. Gain control. Yeah, when we've controlled various areas, we get special abilities. Feels like I've missaid that. Hey folks, I'm back. I'll just check that in post. Just felt I botched it. Gain control production facilities, making defensive preparations easier. Reduces the cost of garrisoning troops in provinces you control. Likewise reduces the amount of planetary requisition recovered when withdrawing those troops. Doesn't affect the cost of retraining honor guard units. Fury requires control of the Eris Badlands. Gain control of a relic of the Chaos God Khorne. Allows the controlling faction to launch 2 attacks per turn. You may attack a second time in turn in which you take over the Eris Badlands. Nice. Requires control of the Van Dien coast. Gain control of massive Imperial factories and foundries. Allows you to supply your troops on the ground more easily. Start each mission with 1,000 additional requisition. Spaceport. Gain control of Pavonus. Gain control of a sophisticated navigation system allowing long-range flights to avoid anti-air fire. Allows attacking from almost any province on the map, regardless of adjacency. Can be used to attack strongholds which have heavy anti-air fire cover. Forward base requires control of Hyperion peaks. Gain control of detailed geographic data, allowing you to set up 4 bases when attacking. May spend a planetary requisition to have structures dropped inside your HQ when attacking, as you circumvent certain tech requirements. Increased manpower. Gain control of relics left by the Adeptus Mechanicus, allows you to support more troops in the field, increases your squad cap and vehicle cap, applies to attacks and defensive missions.
As you conquer more and more provinces, you'll be awarded pieces of special equipment for your commander. This equipment is called war gear. You will never be awarded a specific piece of war gear. Instead, for each award, you get to choose 1 piece from the list on this screen. Note that you may have to get some pieces of war gear to unlock other, more powerful versions.
Flamer. Equip the XV-22 battlesuit with an arm-mounted flamer to incinerate an infantry foolish enough to get within range. Additional weapon effective against infantry. Fusion blaster, armor, building and vehicle. Replaces standard burst cannon. The plasma rifle is an upgrade from this, which is an anti-infantry gun. Well, it's when I say it's upgrade, you require this to get it. Missile pods. It's an additional weapon that's anti-vehicle. This increases health and reveals infiltrated units. Iridium armor. This is actually making me have flashbacks like Ratchet and Clank. I think there's iridium there too. Iridium armor there too. And just something about this. It reduces damage from all attacks, really increases health. Jetpack. Increases jump capacity. Stealth fueled, closes your cloak. Shield drone. Enter combat accompanied by a small drone, able to draw enemy fire and generate a powerful ion shield. They can train 1 shield drone. And this requires that. Gives you a anti-infantry drone. So cool.
These arrows show you where your army can move or attack this turn. Red arrows indicate attacks into enemy provinces. Green arrows indicate moves into friendly provinces. Since this is your first turn, and you...
The Tau capital of Cronus, Dashun, is a modern and thriving metropolis with a full province of outlying communities along with several large military bases. Built on the site of the imperial era city of Asharis, it still bears many signs of imperial architecture. Protected by the aerial highlands to the north and warmed by the western sea, Greater Tashin enjoys long summers and mild winters. Outside the dense sprawl of Tashin itself, smaller cities nest along several navigable rivers. Personal correspondence. Can't believe you decided to stay behind. Danger be damned, this was a chance of a lifetime. Okay, I'll admit I had some doubts myself. Journey west to the capital was hard, and we even saw the flashes of orbital battle lighting up the night sky over Pavonis when we passed through there. Did you see any of that in Vanda? But as soon as I got into the centre of town here in Teshin, all my doubts vanished. There were large vid screens all over town, broadcasting updates about the approach of the fleet through the first sphere septs. When it looked like the humans had our ships blockaded, I swear no one in the whole city could speak. When we broke through, the cheers were deafening. It was another day before we saw the ships landing at the spaceport. Like everyone else, I just took that as my cue to gather and wait. We pressed into Unity Square, thousands upon thousands of us waited. All 4 castes were there as equals. Ukus. Finally, a convoy from the port made its way into the square. Hammerheads and devilfish flanked by crisis suits, all painted in the orange of the Tau itself. It was incredible. The lead vehicle stopped behind the stage from where I was, so I only saw him when he stepped up from the stepped up from the steps that ran under the Unity Day statue. I remember the light glinted off his honor blade, and I felt like I could fly right then and there. Aoun Shiorus was standing before me, the first Actila and Cronus for almost 200 cycles. They've come to take our worlds, he said, to undo our works and to enslave us all. This cannot come to pass. For the greater good, we will not allow it. Then we started cheering. I can't believe he missed it. Carl.
This screen allows you to garrison troops in a province. These troops will be ready when you fight to defend this province from enemy attacks. Stationing troops in a province costs you planetary requisition. The available units are on the panel. Later, you can recall these troops if the province is no longer at risk. Recalling a unit will give you back half the planetary requisition you spent to station it in the first place. Be careful. All your purchases will be final once you accept the changes on this screen.
Now this is the easiest one. Wait, is this the Aerial Highlands? No, this is the Aerial Highlands. Bonus Fire Warrior Bodyguard. Nice. Veteran Stealth Team. Oh wait. The orcs are right there. Oh well.
This screen shows you the forces you are leading into an attack and allows you to return to the campaign map if you decide you want to attack later. Since this is your first attack, most options aren't yet available. When you're ready to attack, just click on the attack button. This will take you to the battle map, where you will face enemies in a game of Dawn of War.
That just sounds odd, phrasing it like that. It makes it like, you know, children's card game. You know, we're gonna fight them in a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Agamar. So I saw a Star Wars episode, and there's a planet just like, you know, earlier, and there's a planet by the same name. There's plenty of overlap in things. I'm not accusing anyone of an. It's just like, ha.
None can stand before the greater good.
Okay, I'm just seeing Protoss right here. Attack and capture points while infiltrated.
XP-22 battlesuit ready.
Is there a way to zoom out? I feel it's awfully zoomed in. The question is the doubt. Just feel awfully zoomed in right now. Okay, yeah, I need to lower that slightly. No, it's a little too loud. I was always playing a little fast and loose with the audio settings here, but I do feel it's a little too loud. There. That should be more appropriate.